in one of the busiest spots of all of New York City, Grand Central Terminal. This beautiful space covers 49 acres. Over 700,000 people pass through here daily. But what most of those commuters and tourists don't realize is that located 10 stories below the floor is a secret basement, codenamed M42, that the Nazis wanted to destroy during World War II. I'm heading to meet with Chief Docent Dan Drucker, who's agreed to give me a rare tour of the basement. Dan. Hi there. Thanks for meeting with me.
No, I'm glad to meet with you. Let's make our way to our secret basement.
The location of the M42 basement is still so top secret, we're not even allowed to film the entrance door. Only the stairwell that starts on the other side.
How far down are we going?
Ultimately, we're going 13 stories below street level, descending into the deepest, largest, most secret basement in New York City. As we look to our left, you're going to see bedrock dating from 600 million years old.
600 million years old.
Incredible. Grand Central Terminal Line, it's the largest construction project in New York City's history, employing 10,000 workers. The original blueprints display the intricate details of the terminal's massive 49-acre structure. But what it doesn't show is the 22,000 square foot room 13 stories below the ground floor.
Check this out. What is all this stuff? Why was it so important to keep this space down here secure?
Because of this.
What is this?
This massive machine is actually a rotary converter.
These giant pieces of machinery may not look like much to you or me today, but they actually played such a vital role in America's World War II effort that the Nazis evidently were determined to destroy them. As the Second World War intensifies in Europe, American forces join Allied nations in the battle against Nazi Germany. Every day, hundreds of troops and thousands of weapons travel by train to America's eastern seaboard, destined for the fight against Nazis in Europe. Trains all powered by these very rotary converters.
They were running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing that power for the largest train terminal on planet Earth.
This one's labeled 5. How many of these were down here?
There were 9 of these down here, producing the direct current power to power all the trains in and out of this terminal and farther up the line.
By the spring of 1942, U.S. factories are rolling out a massive amount of war supplies, an average of 2,000 tanks and 4,000 planes a month. It takes German factories over 3 months to produce the same amount of weapons. So Hitler comes up with a plan to even the odds. Attack major American war depots to prevent American war supplies from ever reaching Europe in the first place. It's called Operation Pastorius. 4 highly skilled Nazi spies would together secretly infiltrate and destroy war hubs in each
Of the troop and war material movements in the Northeast back in 1942.
So you halt the flow of the trains, you halt the flow of troops and materials that are aiding the Allied war effort during World War II.
Hitler knew that would have absolutely killed the war effort here on the East Coast.
So tell me about the Nazi plan.
The idea was this: to send 2 submarines from Germany over to the east coast of America, where they surfaced on the banks of Amagansett on Long Island.
On June 13th, 1942, at midnight, a German U-boat surfaces about 100 miles from New York City, carrying the 4 Nazi spies.
Nazi spies that have made their way into the United States.
Right, but where were they in the U.S.? What were their plans? Where were they going? All completely unknown.
While the FBI blindly searches, the Nazi spies sneak into New York City undetected and disappear into its busy streets. Knowing that the authorities must be hunting for them, they make their way to Midtown, where they disappear into a large crowd watching an elaborate parade, celebrating, ironically, New York's role in the war effort.
Bring sand into these 9 converters.
How would sand disrupt a piece of equipment that looks like, of this size?
These rotary converters were spinning so hard, so fast, so hot, that it would have actually melted that sand into a block of concrete-like glass So not only was it ground to death, it was solidified in its own tomb.
So they're going to literally disrupt America's war effort by throwing sand into the works.
Just as the FBI search gets desperate, an incredible stroke of luck. August 8th, 1942. Thankfully, none of them ever set foot inside M42.
If any Nazi espionage agent somehow made it down 13 stories down here, the course of World War II may have been changed.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to see this space.
I was very glad to have you down here and see a part of history most people don't remember. But now let's make our way back up to civilization.
Sounds good. Fortunately, the Nazi plan to attack M42 never happened, and the converters remained intact. They've been replaced by modern ones over the years that are still used to power East Coast railways, which is why the room remains a secret even today.